Hey guys, I just want to take a quick second to go over the customer inquiry sheet, and uh, I threw on a couple inquiries on here, but we're going to kind of go through box by box just to have a better understanding of all the stuff. A lot of it's going to be self-explanatory, but we're going to cover it anyways. We'll start at the first box here. So we got your initials, pretty self-explanatory, just put your initials. It's important that you do put the initials in here now. Going forward, it is tracked how many inquiries you do, and it's important that they're here, otherwise your numbers are going to be off. Next one is just the date. That is obviously the date that you're taking the inquiry. And then customer name. Customer name, phone number, and email address are all really important for follow-up purposes. You want the customer's name and number so you can follow up to see if they still need the unit or if anything's changed. These are basic questions you should be asking on the phone. We'll just put Scott. We'll use the example here, and we'll put Scott Timmons here. Phone number 503-927-6350. And then email address. This is really nice because a lot of times it's easier to send an email than to get someone on the phone. So if you can get the email address, that's awesome. This one here is call walk net. So the purpose of this is just how you interacted with them. Did they speak with you over the phone? If so, you put a C. If they walked in the store from the street, you just put the W. And if it was like a online reservation, you put N for net. We'll do net here. We'll pretend like this is an online reservation here, and we'll say he needs it January 2nd. So if they did it on the website, you won't have the how long, but you should be calling the people immediately. So we'll say we spoke to Scott on the phone, and he's going to need it for 6 months. And we'll just put 6 months there. He found us OWS on our website. The how found section here, it's really important that you put the correct how founds. If you haven't memorized them or you have trouble remembering them, there's a really easy thing you can do. If you go down here to the year-to-date how found, you can go to this page and you can click here and highlight all of these. Go to File and Print. Right over here on Settings here, the first one, switch this to Print Selection, and you can just print this up and tape it next to your keyboard or right under your monitor so you can always have a reference. It's a really great way to remember them. A lot of them are self-explanatory, but if you don't have them memorized, just print that and keep it right next to it. So for website, we go OWS. The next page is the comments, and this is one of the most important ones, especially if you're not going to be here the day the customer comes in. It's really nice to have good notes. So we'll say I spoke to Scott. I'll take the cap locks off here. Spoke to Scott on the phone. He will be in on 1-2 to rent unit. I also like to put the unit size here. We'll put 10 by 10 and price, and then any promotion. That way whoever's working doesn't have to wonder if there was a discount offered or anything like that. They don't have to go to the website and check the deals. You can just pull up the notes here. So whoever's working will be able to know that we spoke to Scott. He's going to be in. He wants a 10 by 10. This is the price, and that's the discount. It just saves any confusion. The next one is the follow-up dates and initials. This one is very important. So if a customer is not going to be in for about a week, I always like to set the follow-up date the day before the rental so I can call, confirm the date, and then see if there's any questions or anything I can answer beforehand. So we'll put the follow-up date for 1/1, and we'll throw our initials here. And then next follow-up date you would leave blank for after the follow-up, and we'll say right here we're going to put an R for reserve because it's an online reservation. And then we're going to mark the unit size. It's really important that on the unit size we're only marking one unit size. They're listed as square footage, not as units for a reason. If someone calls and they want a 10 by 15 but all you have is a 10 by 10, you mark the 10 by 15 because that's what they inquired about. If you rent them the 10 by 10, that's great. If someone wants a 10 by 30 but you only have two 10 by 15s, you're marking 300 plus square feet for the 10 by 30, even if you rent them the two 10 by 15s. This is the inquiries. This is what people are looking for. We want to know what the demand is on the units so that they know how many units they should have at a facility. So make sure you only have one unit size selected for each of these, and you're doing what the customer is inquiring about. And then the results here you would leave blank for whenever you would call on the follow-ups here. So that's the customer inquiry page. A lot of it's pretty self-explanatory. You just want to make sure you're getting as much detailed information as you can.